Our memories are highly volatile. Just as loose paper flies from a table under a fan, loosely kept information flies off from brain. If we want to store information in brain for longer periods of time, we need to secure it. This video talks about transferring learning into permanent memory. Securing information in brain is not as simple as placing paper under weight. We need to get constantly exposed to it and make it part of the permanent storage of brain. We don't forget bicycle riding or car driving because we expose ourselves frequently to it. We don't forget the way to our home because we use it every day and make it part of the permanent storage of brain. This thumb rule is applicable to learning also. Brain has a volatile memory and it loses information that we use once or don't give attention to. If we want to transfer any information from this volatile memory to permanent storage, we need to get exposed to it frequently. The more we expose, chances of it becoming part of storage is just like driving or swimming. Once the brain stores information properly and also finds way to connect it whenever needed, we say it has gone into permanent memory. So how do you do this when you are learning Newton's laws of motion? Before Google, we moved between places based on maps, road signs, and our own instincts. Imagine yourselves to be in a city for the first time with no Google. A smart person might use a street map and then explore places for reconnaissance. You try to identify roads on map that you see in front and find landmarks. Your landmarks could be road junctions, unique shapes of tall buildings, or identifiable shops. On the second day, you may not use map but remember the landmarks. And after a week, you may not use anything but let your brain guide you. When you read Newton's laws for the first time, you may not understand them in full but feel as if you are seeing a map of an unknown city. Then you familiarize yourself with the concepts just as you note roads and junctions for the first time based on a map. By the time you read text a second or third time, you would recall the familiar concepts just like roads, junctions, and landmarks. A week or month later, the shortcut map would be enough to re-expose to Newton's laws or reinforcing learning. A shortcut map for learning Newton's law or any other law is micronotes. Micronotes can help learners get exposed to the same learning in shortest possible time. This helps to reinforce learning. How can we prepare micronotes in a very effective manner? There are three important aspects of micronotes or shortcut maps of learning. Assimilation of ideas, encoding learning in simple manner, and use of tags or memory aids make micronotes effective. First War of Indian Independence or the Sepoy Mutiny of 1857 would run into pages when described, but it can be condensed to half page to let someone revisit hours of learning in a few minutes. Micronote on this Indian history portion can be prepared neatly only when we follow the three aspects already mentioned. Let's discuss micronotes on a topic from geology, that is earthquakes. Compressing a vast topic into a small capsule can be challenging, but it's quite possible. The idea here is that Earth shakes when rocks under stress breaks, just like a piece of blade pressed between two fingers breaks, thereby throwing it into a series of waves. As a result, land and buildings get thrown away. Your map on learning will revolve around definitions, causes, processes, and effects. A small label diagram points about the different aspects and a flowchart, all this in less than a page, will help us to go through the entire topic in a minute or so. So friends, whatever you learn, transfer the content into micronotes. Use it just as you use Google Maps to see places again. Take it from me, your learning will become permanent after some time.